I mean, think about it. Okay, these are people who are like you and me.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, these are doctors, lawyers. In India, when I first started my career, yes, I did get a lot of pretty girl roles, which is not wrong, but I'm an actor and I want to be able to act. That's my profession. So I took a conscious decision in creating parts for myself or looking for parts which would give me the ammunition of doing something which was substantial in a film. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality, even if it's a few scenes. But it's not a wallflower or just a glamour, you know, the glamorous effect in a movie. It actually should have a punch. So I started doing that in India, and I reached a position in my life in India where I'm fortunate enough that I get those kind of parts. I really don't think the world realizes that. They know it, but I've had an amazing reception with my TV show Quantico, with doing movies like Baywatch and Isn't It Romantic, which is another New Line movie that I've just done. But it's difficult for a woman of color. I did not realize how difficult it was till I started working in America. There are certain, especially an Asian woman of color, South Asian, that is me, there needs to be an explanation of why a South Asian or an Indian or someone who looks like me is cast in mainstream entertainment. But I don't think that that's a requirement, because if you look around in America or North America itself, it's a melting pot of all kinds of immigrants and cultures. So why should there have to be an explanation of an ethnicity anymore? But that's still a conversation which is huge in entertainment, and it's not addressed as much. So I'm hoping that with people like me and other people who are other actors that are coming in from other parts of the world in global entertainment, and if we dig our feet in and we say that I don't want to only play the stereotype of what you expect me to be. Only I don't want to talk like this, you know? This is what a modern Indian girl speaks like, and that is what I want to play. So, I mean, credit to my producers and filmmakers that have come to me with parts like that. But it's a fight, it's a battle, and I'm not afraid to fight it.
So you're saying there should be and could be a wider variety of offers of roles?
It shouldn't be a fight. It should be normal. That you cast someone because they're good for the job and not because their ethnicity can't be explained in mainstream entertainment. Visuals of it right now. Yeah. It's apparently the 4th largest town in Jordan. Well, it's announced for development, yes. We're developing it right now, but because it was announced, I mentioned it. Yeah. It's a sitcom which is about a big-time Bollywood actress in the 90s who decides to give up everything for love and becomes a soccer mom in Middle America. I just think it's very funny, just as a story. So now we're writing it, and hopefully, if it turns out well, we'll see it on air at some point.
Unlike the other camp, the people were allowed to set up their own shops, and so there's like a community life there. It is.
When I was a teenager, I was considered like darker toned, so in my head, I wasn't pretty, and that's the ideology that you like. Sometimes I've seen a lot of girls who are light-skinned in America say, I'm too pale, I'm not pretty, and it's like, why is this color of your skin a standard of beauty? So when I did that commercial, I mean, it was a really big brand for me at that time. I'd just become an actress, and it was a business decision. But when I saw the commercial, it took me looking at myself and seeing that commercial for me to understand that I'm standing for exactly what made me insecure as a teenager. And then I got out of the contract, of course, and never did it again. But it took me actually seeing myself saying that and remembering what I felt like as a 12-year-old when I used to watch the commercials and buy those creams and try and change my skin tone because I would be prettier. And I don't think that's the standard of beauty I want for my children or for the children of the world. So I talk about it now because it's not just a prevalent problem in Asia. I think it's a problem around the world where the standard of beauty is whatever you don't have is what will make you beautiful. What? What about everything else that God's given us? I mean, I think we need to bring our focus back on natural, and we need to bring our focus back on, you know, finding the best version of yourself. Instead of just doctors and beauty products that change who you are. We're planning hopefully Bangladesh as well at some point. But I've been their national ambassador for about 12 years. We did a lot of field trips there.